Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading today. I hope you are all doing really well as always. Thank you so much to those of you who are joining me for the first time, but also to those of you who've taken the time to subscribe and like the videos. It just really helps the algorithm to pick up the channel. So thank you so much for your support. We're going to get started. Let's see what Spirit want you to know. What messages they have for you, what is coming your way, Pisces. Let's see. Spirit, we're with Pisces, please. Pisces, thank you. We start with, Pisces, we start with round and round. If I have a little chuckle during your reading, it's because I'm also a Pisces, and some of these things, they kind of resonate. But let's see what other messages the Spirit have for us. So we have Unfinished Symphony. We have Come to the Edge. And we have Serendipity. How very interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have By the Book. I love the fact that these colours are all very dreamlike. And the whole deck is not like that. Yes, it uses pastel colours, but it's not as dreamlike as these look, and it is so ideal for us Pisceans. Let's get started, Pisces. I kind of feel like there's something going on in your life at the moment that just feels like it's going round and round and round, and you feel like you've got little or no control over it. Now, whether that's true, whether that's not true about the control, I don't really know, Pisces. It depends what it is for you. But it definitely feels like a cycle that is repeating itself. And I get the feeling that you're feeling frustrated with this cycle. You see a face here in this card. It feels like you're just feel stuck and things are going round and round and round, and you don't know quite what to do about it or how to break that cycle. Spirit are definitely saying, this has been going on for a while, and it's like the same music that keeps playing over and over again. It is a matter that, needs resolving, Pisces. So we'll pull the tarot in a minute and see what advice Spirit have for us in terms of moving this situation forward. I do think they're telling us to have a lot of faith at the moment, because you are on the edge of a breakthrough or some progress here. We see this lady perched right precariously, to be honest, but she doesn't look at all bothered, simply because it's almost like she has this inner belief that things are going to be okay, So any conflict that you've been dealing with, Pisces, or any issues you've been dealing with, just send love to them. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but if we can send out good tidings, feelings of joy, even if you've got things like bills that are outstanding, if we can just ask the universe to let it all move peacefully, let there be a peaceful resolution, then, that is so important, because it enables you to move forward with positive, loving energy. But you're definitely on the brink of a breakthrough here, Pisces. And I talked about faith just a second ago, and about belief. And, here we have the card of serendipity. Things don't happen. It may seem as though they happen by chance, but I do feel that the universe and Spirit are working on your behalf. They've just said, don't forget the angels. The angels are very much with you at the moment, Pisces. And, they are bringing a change in your circumstances. They're bringing the breakthrough that you've needed for a long time. So if you see any signs or symbols, some of you will be seeing repeating angel numbers. They're very significant. I mean, I recently, like I said, I'm a Pisces also, and I am repeatedly seeing 1111. It just is appearing everywhere at the minute, which shows me I'm on the right path and something's about to happen. So, look out for those synchronicities. Look out for little signs, pieces of music that are important to you, because they connect you maybe to somebody or an experience where things were very joyful, things like white feathers. You know, you're Pisces. A lot of you will know all this stuff already. So just look out for those things that look like a synchronicity, but in actual fact, you're being brought this by spirit in the universe. It's almost like, you know, they've seen you struggling with this cycle. They know that it needs to be drawn to a close because it's been going on for a long time, and they're going to help you to end that cycle and bring in these new circumstances. In fact, I think I paused there because I feel that spirit are actually bringing in the circumstances for you. They're asking you to do things in the proper fashion, Pisces. And I know, you know, I'm a Pisces, I keep saying, and it's tricky because we have these sort of quite wacky out there ideas sometimes and just follow it because we follow our heart. But they're saying there may be the need for you to play by the book at the moment, to do things in the proper way, just to make sure, you know, they've shown me paperwork. If there's anything to do with paperwork or anything that has been outstanding that you can deal with, then keep an eye on it and keep dealing with it. I'll be interested to see what the tarot says about that in a moment. So let's get into it. Let's pull the tarot and see what messages come through. Do excuse me, I keep pausing to drink water because I've been reading a lot today and my voice is going a bit hoarse. So, why are Pisces in this cycle, Spirit? What is this about? Why are they in this cycle? Queen of Swords. You feel like you've been at battle, Pisces. You know? It feels like you've had to really stand up for yourself, be very strong, you know, use maybe your words in a very clever way. You know, the Queen of Swords sees things quite clearly, and it may be that you're seeing a certain, whatever this is for you, whatever this cycle is for you, it's almost like you're seeing it clearly, but the people around you maybe aren't, and that's causing some friction. Because there's maybe a mismatch in what others think and what you think. But, you know, stick with this Queen of Swords energy. And they've just said, Pisces, be true to yourself. They have the Ten of Swords. So this is really taking its toll on you, Pisces. I don't know what this cycle is for you. For some, it will be financial. For some, it will be to do with repeating patterns of the type of partners we choose. You know, for some, it's repeating the same mistakes in a workplace and, you know, wondering why you're not getting a different outcome. Whatever it has caused you a lot of stress. You know, the Ten of Swords is like the tarot that talks about you feeling really... just at your lowest ebb. So for some of you, if it's been going on for a long time, it has been depleting your energy. And maybe that's why you've come out fighting with your sword energy, because it's the only thing you've got left. Well, we have more swords. We have 3 sword cards here. But this one is positive because the Knight of Swords has his eye on a target, a goal, an ambition, and he goes for it, you know, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, same with all the cards in the decks I'm using today, because we're talking about the energy that this card brings. And, you know, this knight, he wants to go on an adventure. He's looking at the bike. He's rushing towards it. We know you're on the brink of something. We know things can change really, really quickly. And you've got this night energy coming in, Pisces. I don't think it's here yet, but it is coming in to move things forward at a much quicker pace than you've been anticipating. Wow. So I think you'll suddenly see after a very long time, and I think Pisceans have really been, you know, under it for like, it feels like years, doesn't it, for some of us. And that is coming to an end. This cycle will stop spinning. It's coming to an end. There's a way forward coming in, and it's going to come quickly, because this Knight does not mess about. And it's not been brought in by chance. I do believe that Spirit, the universe, have brought it in for a reason. It doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to magically get things coming out of the air. I mean, some of you may do. I mean, you know, that would be lovely. But it's going to be based on, this success is going to be based on something that you have been doing or something you've done in the past. You are going to have a breakthrough. And we talked about breakthrough here, but this is very much about seeds you've planted. So whether that is, you know, something that you've been working on, like some sort of business that, you know, you've been trying and not been able to get the breakthrough, we see it suddenly begin to flourish. I do believe that the universe, Spirit, are bringing in this success for you, but it's because they see the efforts that you've made, Pisces. They are rewarding the efforts that you've made. Sorry, I'm just going to, because I ticked that out, so I'm not sure if that was meant. Spirit, show me the card that was meant, please. Show me the card that was meant. Oops. Another Swords card. What is it? What is it with us, Pisces? So we have the Seven of Swords. Right, they've just said by the book. That makes sense. So they asked us to do things in the proper way. Be quite methodical, make sure that we've, you know, covered all the angles. There may have been times, Pisces, where we've cut corners. There may have been times where we've done things in, I was going to say an underhand way, but that sounds like it's not nice or not legal, and I'm not saying that at all. But it may be that we've tried to cut corners. I think that's what we're getting at here. You know, to try and push things forward a bit, we may have done things in a way that isn't methodical, you know, or isn't... I've got to be careful what I say here. I was going to say it wouldn't be approved of, but I don't mean that, because it makes it sound really quite dodgy. And it's not dodgy, but it's just that, you know, we are, as a sign, Pisces, you're very creative, you know, and you do come up with creative solutions to situations. And Spirit are saying maybe you need to curb that just a bit and play things by the book for a while to bring back in the stability and to nurture the growth of whatever these seeds are that you planted. So there's no cutting corners moving forward. And I don't mean that it means you're going to have a hard slog ahead of you. I just mean that maybe you need to make sure that you take the steps necessary and don't cut any corners, because you could sabotage what you're already building. Can I have another card with that, please, Spirit? Just to make sure we're on the right track here. Yeah, Page of Swords. You're going to have a lot of great ideas, you see, Pisces, because of that creativity I was just talking about. You know, you are going to have the sort of inspiration to push things forward, but you are in a learning process, it feels here. It feels like, yes, you're having lots of light bulb moments. You're having lots of knowledge sort of coming up. I just feel that they're ideas, but this is what Spirit are saying. Choose the ones that you're using wisely and make sure that they are grounded and not a flight of fancy or fantasy at the moment, Pisces. That's a really weird message for us, but, you know, needs to be. And on the bottom of the deck, they've given us the Page of Pentacles, which brings in, again, page energy, things that you're learning about. You may have a brilliant new idea, but you need to ground it. You need to take the time and the methodical steps to make sure that it's got a stable basis for you to build on. You know, Page of Pentacles, again, likes to learn, likes to be stable, likes to be grounded. So it's good that you've got the Page of Swords energy, which brings you that, you know, almost like excitable learning energy with the light bulb moments. And then you've got the groundedness of the Page of Pentacles. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I know, you know, we're Pisces. We like to go off on our flights of fantasy and our dreams. And, you know, that's what makes us who we are. And the universe is certainly helping us to move things on, to see this success we've waited for. We've just got to manage it appropriately when it comes in. Interesting. Right, Pisces, I'm going to use some Moonology as I always do. And let's see, let's draw this together. What are your final messages for Pisces, please? Gosh, that was quick. Be bold and make the first move. So yes, if an opportunity or a change of circumstances comes in, be ready for it, Pisces. Are you ready for it? Are you ready to actually take that bold step forward? Because again, you know, if we've been in an energy of dealing and firefighting difficulties for a long time, are we ready for the success that's coming in? Let's do the groundwork and keep it grounded. Wow. Prosperity lies ahead. And I always say with this card, I love that that's in the middle of the reading. But, you know, I always say prosperity means different things to different people. So obviously, you know, there could be financial prosperity ahead, but also this could be, you could be prosperous in any area of your life. You could have, you know, some really good friends around you that support you. You could have, you know, a lot of love around you. You could just have achievement and success. We see it growing here. This abundance is growing and it is being brought in, not by chance, but it's almost like divine timing. That is beautiful. So whatever prosperity means for you, look out for it. It's on its way, Pisces, because we have luck is on your side. And yes, I love seeing that with the serendipity card, because, you know, we almost needed the Wheel of Fortune, then it would have totally sewn it up. But yeah, luck is very much on your side. So whatever this is, it's going to turn around quickly. And I do think that that's been brought into you by Spirit. On the bottom of the deck, we have you're very close to achieving your goal. So again, if you're working on something, on some sort of project or cottage industry or side hustle, whatever it is for you, and you just can't get it to work, the breakthrough is here. It's coming in, it's showing in the cards, and the growth is also showing. And it's been brought in with a lot of luck and a lot of love and a lot of good fortune from the universe. I don't know where to put that. I'll just pop that there for the moment. Pisces, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope it gives you some reassurance knowing that this cycle is coming to an end. And stay a bit grounded. Have these fantastic new creative ideas, but be true to yourself and don't cut any corners. That is the biggest message here in terms of protecting the abundance that's about to come. Okay. If any of you would like to look at your own personal circumstances, the links for the private readings are in the description box below. You can also access it via the QR code if you can see it on your screen. Just click on the shop tab once you get through to the page. What else? Yeah, if you did like the reading, I said if you didn't then. If you did like the reading, if you did enjoy it, if it has helped you a little, please, if you could help me, that would be great, just by liking and subscribing. And have a beautiful week, Pisces. I look forward to reading for you again really soon. Bye for now.